So I'm here to you tonight to update you on Alicia. Now, I feel this is very, very important. As everybody knows, Alicia, who's been with us in the LC Valley for all of her life, she's from here, has been planning on going to rehab. So she was not able to go to rehab because she couldn't communicate. So until she could resolve that, she wasn't accepted. She was able to resolve it. She did everything she needed. I don't know if everybody noticed the tablet that she has. Well, that's actually she got that from a a place. I don't know if I can name names, so I'm just gonna a, a, a place that helps people, and did what was required, got the tablet and everything, and is able to communicate. And then she's accepted to go to rehab. So today, this morning, I messaged her and I'm like, "Is there anything else you need? Is everything good? How's it going?" She's like, "I'm on my way to my meeting." She's supposed to get a hold of him at 10 o'clock, actually be there, and she was, and so I got a hold of her, and she said she needed a backpack. So I said, "What kind of backpack?" She sent me a picture and kind of what she needed, and you know, it was cute, funny. So I got her. I asked the community for help this morning, just a real quick shout out, and the backpack was purchased, and so I met up with her at this agency, and and gave her the backpack. And then that's when I noticed something was very, very terribly wrong. Uh, Sorry for the eyes. So she did get accepted. She is going. She thought she was going today. I want everybody to know that nothing that I'm going to say is Alicia's fault. She did everything that she needed to do, absolutely everything that she needed to do. They made it a point to say, because I was like, "What's going on?" And, "Can I talk to him?" I'll just tell you that part too. And she said yes, and so we went inside and got permission to talk to me and tell what happened and what's going on. Because sometimes it's hard for somebody who can't communicate with words very fluently, to get the message across, and you just can't quite understand it. The deaf community would know what I'm saying with this one. Uh, so she wrote, I got all the information. I asked a bunch of questions like why, what's going on, how, what, when, how can we resolve it, what's being worked on, and everything. And I eventually found out that it comes down to there are programs that you can do and that people qualify for, and their stuff gets paid for. The rehab gets paid for, and the detox and stuff gets paid for. And unfortunately, what happens is some insurances, like when you switch over, I'm not saying in her case, but I'm just going to give you an example, from like Medicaid or Medicare to Medicaid, I believe you go from one to the other. Well, some places accept one insurance, some places will not accept the other. However, the real kick in the pants here is when uh, you get accepted. I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. You get accepted, and there's a requirement that says you have to do detox first. Okay, if you're ready to go to rehab, and the requirement to get the help to go to rehab requires you to go to detox, but then there's nowhere to go to detox, how does this work? How do you get to go to detox? That's I don't know. That's the problem. We need to figure out how to get beds open in detox facilities, and then that way people can go to rehab. That's what Alicia fell into. That's the problem that happened. One insurance company isn't accepting. She's moving to another insurance company, and she's stuck now. She has to wait for a bed for detox. There's also this other thing, and I'm not quite familiar, but it's like medical pay down, something to that effect. And that requires an individual to show some kind of requirement in order to get approved to be able to do either detox or rehab, they have to pay on their medical bills with the money that they're receiving from whatever funds they're receiving it from. But it can't be cash. It can't be money. It can't be donations. It can't be from me. It can't be from you. It has to be from her assistance, I think, is, from whatever she's getting for money, has to go towards medical. And then it's like some kind of sustainability thing, and then she gets approved, and then she'll be able to go to the detox facility. She's going to go to the detox facility no matter what. They're just trying to get the insurances figured out.
There's a couple in the chat there.
Oh, hi everybody. Okay, what are we doing? You just joined? So this is an update on Alicia. She's one of our friends in the community that's homeless, and she was ready to go to rehab. She was denied rehab because she didn't have a way to communicate. Now she has a way to communicate. And she's literally on the doorsteps of the facility, ready to go to rehab, like she was back in February after her birthday, and they can't take her. There's not a bed available. There's a requirement that she has to go to a detox place first. It's required detox time, then you can get the rehab time. And they're having a fight with the insurance, and insurance will pay for one but not the other, and then another insurance will pay for one but not the other. So that's the problem that she's having right now. So now she's on standby, and this is basically to the community here in the LC Valley. If you see Alicia out there, it's not her fault. Instead of going, what the heck, what are you doing here? Why are you're supposed to be on a bus. You're supposed to be gone, and you're supposed to be in rehab. Instead of just jumping the gun, I wanted to be a little preemptive, and I wanted to tell everybody it's not her fault.
Right. I've already had people comment and say, asking if Alicia's gone yet to rehab. And I also have people say, hey, I saw her in the park. What the heck's going on? So there's going to be some confusion because we really ramped it up. I mean, got her suitcase, got her clothing, got her all the things she needed because we assumed that she was going.
She assumed that she was
today.
going.
And so did she.
Yep.
So
this is an instance of red tape. This is what we tried as a community. We all want to do nice things, and we all want to pitch in and donate and stuff like that. But who do we donate to? How do we figure this out? Are the people or the places that we donate to able to get things done, or do they have to wait? Because now there's so many rules in place and so much red tape in place that people who qualify at first don't qualify at the end, or it just takes so darn long.
Right, and because of that, people are dying.
Right,
people are literally dying because they're ready to go and they can't get help.
Yep. What if you're fighting other people around you? They don't want you to go. You're like, I'm gonna do this. My kids gave me a mom necklace, and I got loves and everything. I got to see my children, and then I got other people sitting there saying, don't go, and I don't want you to go. And it'll never change. You'll always be the same. It's not worth it. You're going to come back and blah, 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 blah.
I don't like you when you're not drinking.
Yeah, I don't like it when you're not drinking. You're not a nice person. You're not, I don't like you when you're sober. Like, who in the heck says that? So,
I know somebody.
well, that's not supportive. So I just wanted everybody to know, because we've hyped this up so much, and she's hyped it up so much. This is supposed to be educational. This is supposed to be instructional for anybody else there that has an addiction issue, whether it be alcohol or drugs, hard drugs, any kind of addiction issue. She wanted to show from rock bottom, literally on the streets, the process, how to do it, from her real world perspective, not sugarcoating it with open books and reading script and trying to tell you what a book says. She wanted to let people know how to do it and the real world about it. And I guess this is part of the real world about it. This is the not all fairy tales and flowers and stuff. So, like I said, if everybody's out there, I know where she's at and where she's staying at. If anybody sees her, give her encouragement. Say, hey, it's we understand it's not your fault.
Hey, Aaron.
Hi, Aaron. We understand it's not your fault. We get it. She wanted this to be done too. I asked her if I could do it because she's already starting to get heckled, even by family members. And I was like, hey, I was the one standing there asking questions to figure out what's going on, and you know, so you can answer them to other people. Have her come to me. But, you know, I'll tell her what's up. So, yep, it's definitely not a good situation. How would you like it being homeless? You have something inside, you have all, you're ready to go. You're telling people, you know, the place that she was staying at, she's like, I'm leaving tomorrow. And they're like, okay. And she can't go back there now tonight because they have filled her spot with somebody else. And so now tonight, because of red tape, she has to sleep on the street. Like red tape did it this time. So I'm reading this real quick from Zombie. I believe it too. God's not a fairy tale.
Yeah, I got a message I'm trying to get across. The lady that helped us out yesterday, she had a lot of information.
Yeah, we do have some more information on. We're trying to get information on the red tape, like what's it involved. What all is like, I don't know. It's like they just don't tell you everything up front. They're like, oh, hey, you did this and this. Okay, right, now call us tomorrow. All right, I'll call tomorrow. All right, you did this and this. Okay, cool. Now do these papers and this and that and wait and do this and then call us and we're ready to go. And we're going to give you this kind of a date, but it's not really a date. They can't give you a date because there's no, how do they know when the next person is going to give up the bed or when they're done with their treatment and they leave? And then there's something available. And then to find a place available that takes both the detox and the rehab in the same kind of facility that will take the same insurance. Like, this world is run by insurance, and they kind of make all the rules, I guess, to things, but it just blows my mind. How they should have like this order. Okay, this insurance goes with this, and this insurance goes with this hospital, and I don't know, make it fair or something. Like, it's just insurance. All insurance should be covered everywhere. I don't know.
And the bottom line is, like I said, and people are dying.
Yeah, they're claiming to save lives. They're like, oh, we're going to put all these millions of dollars into the homeless, but we're going to make them do all kinds of stuff that they can't really quite do very well without a lot of assistance. And then after a whole bunch of time, then we're going to help. I mean, they're helping kind of at the beginning, but they have to follow so much rules because somebody up there says, nope, they gotta have this, they gotta have that, they gotta be sustainable. Do you know what sustainable means? You gotta be sustainable to get help. That means you gotta have a job. You gotta have some source of income coming in to help pay something, because they just don't want to give you some help, and then you're just gonna have to be back out on the street the next day because you don't have anything sustainable. And so how does a homeless person have something sustainable to get help for being homeless? Like, does anybody actually read this stuff when they put the laws into effect and earmark it for homelessness? What entails homelessness? What do you use it for? You know? Why can't you use it to buy a piece of property and put a very low barrier shelter in? There's no reason why you can't run some dogs through it, like sniff out some drugs, whatever. If you want it to be drug free, so be it. You know, people will not bring drugs in because they'll be afraid they'll get caught.
Yeah, so our friend Jolene, she was going to join us live, but she couldn't. She's got a lot of information, guys. Super smart, knows very well how to get people into treatment. Anyways, she just sent this to me. She said, the agency never mentioned to reach out to BPA to supply the additional funding that's being requested, or CWA. And she gave me the link to CWA, which is Health Needs of Southeast Washington Alliance for Health.
Was that a question she was asking, basically?
No, well, yeah. She was just asking, didn't they reach out for...
They are trying to... So the agency she's going through that's getting her the help is doing everything they can to try to get the insurances to pay and find a place that will accept what she has. She's switching from one and going to another insurance group. And like I said, only some places accept one type and some places accept another. I'm not going to name off what insurances they are, but they're separate insurances, and separate facilities are not covered. And that's the problem that we're having right now, or she's having. But they are working on it. They're actively trying.
Hey, Marshall. Hey, CC from Wisconsin. Hey, I'm originally from Wisconsin. I'm a cheesehead myself. Gotta love the cheese in Wisconsin.
Yep.
Bar 3 Ranch says, I couldn't get any facilities within 5 states to accept Medicare. They said she could only go on a grant or scholarship, and one that would take her refused her until she had an iPad.
Yep.
So this person sounds like she knows.
No, she knows about the situation.
Okay, got it. Okay, sorry, I'm late to the conversation.
Yeah. No, that's Melissa.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. So Bar 3 Ranch has been helping us out as well too. So
yeah, she's a nonprofit.
Yeah, nonprofit.
She did fire rescue.
Oh yeah, she did some wonderful stuff. We're actually gonna hopefully, put something together for her, a little video.
Yep, she just started a nonprofit, getting all that organized. I don't know much about how to start a nonprofit. I'm just like, let's go do something. So, but she does like firefighter relief and stuff, where they go and they bring a whole bunch of water coolers and everything. When they're not a federal fire, they don't get federal funds to buy stuff for the firefighters, and so she would collect, all kinds of stuff and then go to the fire line and distribute it. So that was what she loves to do, and it worked out really good.
So I'm racking my brain here because her friend's sending names over, and I see the name, and it just I don't know why it sounds familiar to me. I think I've talked to this lady.
CC
from Siwa. Oh gosh, I'm gonna look up. Actually, you guys keep talking. I'm gonna. Look
Okay,
up
we're gonna keep talking
because I've talked to that lady before, so it's all coming together here.
So, you're right, CC. Without getting too political there, it is kind of interesting how there's a lot of funds set aside for non-American immigrants. I guess, just immigrants. Obviously, an immigrant would be non-American, but an immigrant, and there is not funds for homeless like that. Like, how come a homeless person cannot get an automatic, how much money to buy a house or a grant or so much a month to live off of, a ridiculous amount of money a month to live off of? Kind of makes me want to go move to another country and get dropped off and forget my passport and then pretend I can't speak. I mean,
all right, I'm doing some research, guys. I have to actually use the phone that we're chatting on. So if it jitters a little bit, that's why. Because I'm actually, I don't want to do that because it'll mess it up.
Just have a very light touch.
No, because last time I checked the text message on there, it cut off.
Oh yeah, huh?
Oh, this is really bugging me now because our friend Jolene's given me the name from Siwa, which is the Southeast Washington Alliance for Health, and the name she gave me, Michelle. The name sounds super familiar. So this lady's either contacted me about something or, gosh, guys, ever since our channel blew up, we've got so many contacts. And I was just telling Jesse that we need to make a logbook or a contact book to keep it all straight.
Yeah, because Einstein says, why remember what you can write down?
Thank you. So. Yeah, so like literally, we've had so many contacts, guys. It's actually incredible. So we need to put them in categories, people that want to help, people that have solid gold information. So this is one of them. So I can't, when we get off on this live, I'm going to be super duper investigating.
So is there any grants that QBH could offer since she was accepted? I do believe that they are looking into some things. Like I said, we want to stay away from naming specific places. So, but the place that she's working with right now is like, they are exhausting all resources to try to figure out how to do this. Like, they finally figured it out, and they're very frustrated with it as well, and they're trying to figure it out. We will have somebody, we're going to talk with one of them, hopefully, if she can get it approved, about her situation. She's an employee there now, and so she could talk about her situation, and it's very, very similar to Alicia's similar situation, so she'll have a lot more insight that she could give us on that.
Yeah, guys, but it's
It's
frustrating, it's disappointing. I mean, it's just, yeah. So we still need to encourage Alicia. We really still need to encourage her,
Yeah.
you guys, because she, you know.
And if anybody else can, we're gonna just put this on there. There's groups that we've tried to put this on that we thought were community groups on Facebook, and it's really hard to get stuff like this out there. In order, say if we were to update this situation right now, it would be lost in the comments section of a lot of these groups because they don't allow new posts for an update.
Well, from my understanding,
So-
what they told me is they're only going to allow me to put one post per content.
Right.
Right. So if we do a video about Alicia and then we have a follow-up video, they won't let us post it unless we post it in the comment section. And you know how that guy's work.
Right. Are you going to look through
Nobody's going to see it.
200 comments to see the update of the video saying, oh, this is why she's not in rehab right now? Instead, a lot of people will just see her not in rehab and assume and jump on like, hey, you didn't go because it's your fault. And that's not this is completely to prevent that from happening. And so
yeah, and it blows my mind that a local community page doesn't want to get the word out there, right? Like that just blows my mind because not only is it going to help the community to know what's going on, it's going to help their page grow.
This is their community. A homeless person is your community.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
People want to know. I mean, don't get me wrong. That I won't name the page, but when we put stuff on that page, it gets huge amount of views.
For them,
yeah, and huge amount of support. So I don't understand why they would not keep updating that. That just blows my mind. It just really does. So actually, Jesse and I talked about it. We're going to get a hold of the moderators, the main one, and sit down and talk with them and just
maybe see if like part 1 and part 2 and if we name it like that, maybe that'll count or something. I don't know.
Right.
What could we do to get real-time information out there without being lost in the comments?
Yeah, I mean, Jesse can prove that right there because we just did a video about a couple that's living in their car. Their car broke down. We got parts donated, time donated. Jesse put it in there. And then we wanted to update the community. So he put the link of the update in the comments, and guess how many likes it got? Zero.
Nobody's seen it.
Yeah.
Zero. That
Sorry,
was proof.
I'm on a rant. Like I get so frustrated when.
Well, we try to present the information out to people, and we get stifled. We get just kind of snuffed out there, and I understand umbrella rules. I do, for the general public and stuff like that. But when you have to define terms and everything and be, what do we have to do to get a real-time update out there? How can we real-time update everybody in the community that Alicia is not here by choice? It's not her fault. Don't say anything bad to her. Give her support. Help her out. Keep her up.
And truly, that's what I'm worried about because we've exposed so much of this, right? Like we've been on this journey with Alicia and we've exposed it to the community of what we're doing, like straight up, uncensored, unfiltered, and now they're going to see her walking down the street, and I don't want them to be mean to her. I honestly don't.
Right? She wanted this to be a real experience, and then she is now experiencing part of the unfortunate red tape that's involved. I'll read this real quick to everybody.
First of all, I just want to say, somebody said you look like Nipsey Russell.
I don't know who that is.
Nipsey Hussle. Russell, I don't know if he meant Russell.
No, I know.
I think they'd see your beard.
I'm Jesse.
They love your beard. Jesse beard.
I want to be Uncle Jesse, right? I have 2 twin nieces, so I can be like Uncle Jesse.
It's really bugging me.
Uncle Jesse, 2024.
That's really bugging me in this name. I so much want to grab my phone right now and look up that name, but I don't want to mess up the live feed, so I'm not touching it.
All right, so I'm going to look down just slightly while I read this. This is in regards to Alicia, who is going to go to rehab and could not go to rehab because of red tape. She is still on the books. She's still ready to go. They want her to go back Tuesday, and hopefully there'll be some news of some sort. So We wanted to take a moment to address the situation surrounding Alicia's upcoming rehabilitation. We understand that many of you have been concerned and are eager to see her start treatment. We share in your hopes for her quick and successful recovery. However, the process of getting someone into rehabilitation centers is unfortunately more complicated than it might seem. There is a significant amount of red tape involved in arranging treatment. Not all rehabilitation centers or detox facilities accept every insurance provider, which can make the process more difficult. Additionally, each facility has its own set of requirements that must be met before admission, and the arrangements for treatments are not always set in stone until these conditions are satisfied. One of the obstacles we are currently facing is the waiting period for detox, which is often a reality. So this is this is really interesting, which is often a reality due to the high demand for beds in these facilities. We also have to navigate a process called a medical pay down, where any outstanding medical bills need to be paid using government income, not cash, before someone can enter treatment. This adds as an extra layer of complexity to an already challenging process. Despite these hurdles, we want to reassure everyone that Alicia is still planning to go to rehab and remains committed to her recovery. Unfortunately, she will need to wait a few more days until we receive confirmation that a bed is available for her. We appreciate your continued understanding and support during this time. Please know that we are doing everything in our power to ensure Alicia receives the help she needs as soon as possible. So that was for the LC Valley, for our area, for Alicia's home, and as just like a brief experience. It really bugs me, that whole not being able to go to detox or not being able to go to rehab until you get to go to detox thing. That's why you want to go to rehab, right? Because if you have a problem. And then how long is detox?
Right. And I mean, I won't mention names or anything, but like some people might suggest that she should continue drinking because she might die if she stops drinking. So it's almost like an encouragement to keep drinking.
I was really bothered by something like that I heard too. So bothered that I looked it up on good old Google, and it was a 37%. And guess what that 37% was? I asked Google what's the mortality rate for stopping drinking, the withdrawal, do people die from that? And apparently there's 37% likely chance that a person going through withdrawals, heavy withdrawals, if they get shakes or seizures on that level, the DTs are real bad, and seizures, then they have a 37% chance of dying from it. I didn't know it was that high. I was kind of like, man up, and I don't know. I don't want to like lead anybody in the right direction, but I was telling her, like just try to, use this as an opportunity while you're not going to rehab. Now see if you do have the strength to kind of start a little bit. Don't drink all the bottle. Don't just have, try to not drink. And the stuff that I heard was not what I remembered when I was going to classes. Right. And I don't know if it's an update thing or something like that, but the stuff that I was, I need a drink. The stuff I was listening to coming out of their mouths was, don't stop drinking. You're going to die if you stop drinking.
So you tell somebody that's addicted to something, that's almost their validation. Like they could say,
I'm going to die if I don't stop drinking. What?
Right. Like are you kidding me?
I was like dumbfounded. I was like, I don't want to argue with these people because, they're the professionals and I'm just the dude on the street. But as the dude on the street, your friend, Uncle Jesse, I guess, your buddy, I'm going to tell you, try to calm it down a little bit. You shouldn't be drinking that much. I'm not going to be like, hey, don't stop drinking because you're going to die. Why would you put that fear into somebody's mind? If you stop drinking, you're gonna die. I was blown away. I was absolutely dumbfounded. Now, if I'm totally wrong on this, which I'm not a paid professional at all.
Yeah, we don't have to be a paid professional to realize that doesn't. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't have common. There's no common sense in that.
Right.
Honestly.
Right. And common, what's common to one person might not be common to another, but this is kind of like a universal thing here where I don't get it. It's.
Yeah. So, I mean, she needs.
Why put that fear?
Right. And so before she can go to rehab, she has to detox herself, but they're
telling her that she can't stop drinking because
so
she might die.
So you're in this circle of you're never going to get out of it.
Right. And I'm not saying they're telling her that she needed to be like chugging down her,
No.
bottle a night thing. I'm just saying that like what I remember was don't have any.
Right.
Stop. And not it's okay. Do a step down thing. You're good. Just go ahead and
But and it has to, and if it
it's like cigarette patches or something. Like here's your 2 and 5 and 10
and depending who it's coming from. So if it's coming from somebody that's supposed to be helping you get better, that holds a lot of weight, right? And she's already got outside forces saying, hey, drink with me. I mean, she's probably got everybody around her saying, drink with me.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like you when you're sober.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what?
Quote unquote. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we've all had our friends when we were younger and we wanted to party and they're like, you're way more fun when you're drunk or whatever.
Well, misery loves company too. I mean, it's true. But this poor woman is done with that lifestyle. She does not want to do it anymore. And everything around her, besides us in the community, is telling her the opposite.
Yeah, have another drink, Alicia. Here you go.
If you don't drink, you're gonna die. I mean, it blows my mind.
If you stop drinking, you're going to die. Like,
yeah,
we're sure saying die a lot in this. We're probably going to get demonetized.
That's okay. I don't need to make any money on this video. Anyway, so. But
yeah, we don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm blown away by it, guys. Because I mean, it goes back to the same thing. Here we are trying to get people help. In the meantime, there's so much red tape that they're gonna die.
Yeah. Oh, go back out on the street. It's not too cold tonight. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You got a lot of clean clothes to go to rehab, so you can just use them for a little bit.
Anyways, what are your thoughts, guys? Tell us where you're from. Give us your thoughts. We're just rambling on here because honestly, we're really upset. I mean, this is upsetting to us.
Yep. I'll stay on for an hour so that way people can see that Alicia is not at fault.
I'll sit here all night until Alicia's not at fault.
They made it a point to say she shows up to every single meeting that she has. She always does what she's supposed to. She's on top of it. She really does want this. Of all the people that they're helping, Alicia actually is the one of them that does what's needed to be done.
And so why does there have to be so many stumbling blocks in the way?
Because you have one committee that says we have all this money we have ready and available and we're going to give it for this reason, but you must follow this and this and this and this. And then we have this other committee that says, yes, we'll pay for this, but you have to do this first. And in order to do that, insurance will pay for that, but they won't pay for this. Like, who makes up the insurance? Like, is there a dude or a dudette that does the insurance things? Like, this year, we're not going to allow any person on Medicare to get detox for some reason, but we're going to require their rehab is going to require detox. So we're just going to have fun with that, and we're saying that we're going to offer them help, and go get it.
Yeah, and then you wonder why we're losing so many people.
Yeah,
so many Americans, guys, all over the country. I mean, it's heartbreaking.
It is. Some of the bigger cities. I got a buddy that he's like all over Oregon and everything, and he's like, Jesse, you wouldn't do good down here. You'd go talk to somebody, you get stabbed or something. But he's like, there's so many all over the place. The homeless are everywhere. When they decriminalized drugs, it got worse. Washington decriminalized, and then they're like, hold on.
Yeah.
And then they're like, wait a minute. And so they kind of backtracked a little bit, and they didn't make everything, they criminalized some things again. So they're a product, our people are a product of our environment. Our
Yeah,
government.
guys. Also, if you want to, if you flip back and forth between Facebook, YouTube, we do have a Facebook page as well that we kind of put the same kind of content on.
Yeah.
But you can check that out, and then you can kind of see locally what kind of response we're getting from stuff. You can read the local comments. And so when we did the update yesterday, we had so much outpouring for Alicia. It was amazing. In fact, she messaged us last night after we did that live that she was at McDonald's, and somebody said, "Are you Alicia?" And she said, "Yeah." And they gave her $20. They said, "You can do this, girl. This will help you on your way to rehab." So I mean, people are watching, people are listening, people are concerned, and So you guys want to check our Facebook page out? It's Walk This Way Media. If you look that up on Facebook, we'd love to have you follow us on there as well.
Yes, exactly. Please do, and then share, and give us ideas too. I kind of really want to touch on this, like, addiction, rehab, detox, stuff like that. That's starting to get pretty interesting, knowing that there's so many hurdles that need to be crossed in order to get the help. The help is there. It's just, you got to do some hurt. You're like a little 4-foot tall person jumping big old, what do they call them, 500-meter hurdles, the big ones there. It ain't gonna happen. You're hitting them with your neck. It's like, it's not gonna work. Too many hurdles, they're too big.
I mean, if you look at that short we put on there this morning about a guy named Nate that had a bed available 5.5 hours away from here. His ride gave up on him, and we had some wonderful people from the community take him all the way to Boise. But that guy knew time was of the essence. He was desperate, and he asked for help. He went on Facebook and said, "Hey, I need some help." And I think that's the first step. You actually ask for help. People are going to help you.
That's the biggest thing. That's what Alicia wanted everybody to know.
Yeah, she's asking for help, guys.
Yep, and she wants other addicts to know that want or are thinking about becoming clean and going to rehab. Just ask for help. That's what she wants them to know. That's why she wants us to do this. We've had some naysayers like, "Oh, you're bringing her personal information. We don't want to, talk about her." And then she wants this to be out there and talked about. I told her I was going to do this tonight. She was willing to be out, meet up with us tonight and talk.
But we didn't want to put any more stress on her, guys. Like she had a rough day today. I mean,
she was upset.
She showed up at 10 a.m. like she was supposed to, and in her mind, she thought she was going.
Yep. The hype that with this, the amount of support, imagine that feeling, and then you get there, and they're like, "Yeah, well, so you see, we can't find a place for you to do detox, so you got to go back out on the street, and you got to sleep in the ground."
Right, and you got to be near your significant other that's abusive to you, right?
There are forms of abuse that.
I'm not saying physical abuse, but what I witnessed yesterday, it's a form of
control.
Yeah, control, and codependency is a big deal, and I feel like that's kind of what they're in, right? Like they
feed off of it.
Yeah. And so she's homeless. Of course, she wants companionship. I get that, but
security in companionship.
Right, but she's just thrown right back into her addiction and abusiveness. I mean, it's just sad, man.
Even if somebody hands you a bottle, that's abuse, because if they love you, they wouldn't want you to do the thing that's killing you. And she said it herself in one of our talks, that it was the alcohol that caused the homelessness, not the homelessness that caused the alcoholism.
Hey, so we got to talk to Hudat from Boise, Idaho. He says he's trying. "I'm trying to get into rehab for alcohol and morphine. I hate my life. I'm disabled, but I want out. I don't want to be here anymore if I can't. I have Medicare. Try Care for Life and live." He's in Boise, so
I have personal friends of mine. I'm from the Boise area as well. I went from Arizona to Boise. I went from that's a whole nother story. But I have a grip of friends, very personal, close, long-time life friends from the Boise area, Caldwell, Nampa, Boise, Meridian. My faux mom and dad live in Meridian. I'm there like every once a month. I try to be. But you send us a message, who dat, and
We'll try to get you the right places. We got a lady that's top notch here, man. Like she just drove somebody. We thought she was in Boise today.
right.
She said she was going to Boise today, right?
Who dat, you need to message us because when this live goes away, all of this chat goes away, and I won't be able to look back on it.
So you need to definitely reach out to us, who that for sure. So the
You're
name
in
of that
Mountain Home?
recovery that guy went to was in Caldwell, Idaho.
Yeah,
So I
he
don't
went
know
to the
what-
Caldwell one.
Yeah, his name was Nate. If you look at our short, Nate went there, and I don't know what his process was to get a bed, but he knew how important it was, and he zoomed down there. He's 5.5 hours away from there.
3 Bar Ranch, if you're in the live still, can you message who dat and get a hold of him?
I'm sending him my email right now.
Oh, you are right now?
That's our email. That's our email right there. Who that? walkthismedia@gmail.com.
There you go.
Yeah, it's one of our friends. She's supposed to be on our live chat. I call her my friend because I feel like she's our friend now. Like I just been texting her with since our channel blew up and stuff, and she's really been back and forth with us on the documentary that we're making about the homeless issue here in Clarkston, Washington. But we finally met her yesterday in person.
She's a she.
Oh, I'm a she. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about her. Okay, yeah.
All right.
I know what you're saying now.
I am a he. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. And who dat? That's nice to meet you. But we're here right now for you. I don't want you to give up. Don't give up. We have some resources that can help you. Okay, so just send us that email, and we'll get you in touch with the right people.
Yep.
I promise. Okay.
Some real people too.
Real people, not people that are red tape people that we're dealing with now. All that red tape. Like Jesse and I hate red tape. So if you watch some of our
Yeah,
stuff,
I'm a very impatient person.
right, we're very impatient. We like to get things done like in hours, not
Yep.
in weeks and months, but hours for sure. And this community does that. I mean, they step up. You know, we put a call to action out there, and within hours, man.
And it was to prove a point at the beginning of all this.
Right.
There's a lot of people saying that our community doesn't do anything. We just like to, take pictures and complain
Or
and
bash
stuff like that, or
on the
bash
homeless
on the homeless people. And
Yeah.
and that wasn't it at all. At all. So the only way to completely destroy that mindset
It got destroyed.
is to do this.
Yep.
So, but there's a difference between forced homelessness and voluntary homelessness.
There is.
And there's a difference between those who've done a vice, has a bad addiction problem, and that's destroyed their life. They, until they get out of that, until they can stop that addiction and get control of it, they're not going to get their life back. No matter, you can't give a homeless person a house and expect them to keep it clean. I'm sorry, that's rude, but it's true. They have to get back into it, like learn how to do things again, get back into the groove of things and how to do things and how to socialize and how to be a part of life and society. And you can't just give them things. You have to teach them again how to do things. And this isn't I'm not saying this in a negative way, but it gives you an insight into their mind, into their thinking. When you ask somebody what they would like and they tell you that they would like an almost childlike item, and they're a grown adult, and say a backpack or something, and it's a kid's backpack, but that makes them really happy and full of joy, and they're just, but then you don't see, 40-year-old women walking down the street with a children's backpack on normally. And it's the mindset. They get put back into this child mindset. They say that when you use, you fall back to when you first start using, or you fall back to an earlier time in your life, and it doesn't go away. You don't get it back until sometime after you stop using or after you stop drinking. The cloudiness goes away. It takes years for that. And then you start growing up again at that time that you started. So if you started when you were 12, and you're going to be a 12-year-old, 40-year-old, and then when you stop, you'll be 12 again. And you have to read those thinking patterns, and all of that needs to be relearned. It's just. You look like you're about to say something.
Well, I was,
Dave.
yeah. I'm behind the camera, so Jesse, we got to kind of cue off each other. I was just going to say who that sent the email and who that I got the email. I just got it. So we will definitely be in touch.
Right. If you want something to do in the meantime, because I know you might be chomping at the bit, just tell us about your situation. Write another email if you want. Just say, hey, this and this and this. Okay. You know, sometimes it's good just to talk about your situation and just get it out.
Who did I kind of see your dog a little bit on that icon there? What kind of dog is that there? We're dog lovers, by the way.
Yep, I got 2 dogs.
Cheeseburger.
Yeah, is this a SpongeBob burger?
Yep.
Nice.
Some pizza.
Can anybody see that? I don't know. It's a little
My
delayed.
son wants to say hi. Can you just go over there and say hi real quick? Go behind Jesse and say hello.
Hi.
No, you gotta go over behind him. Where you can see. There you go. Yeah, right there.
Hi.
Thank you very much.
Was it good?
It was very good. I appreciate it.
And there's some pizza.
Oh, yeah, okay, thanks.
He's got the pizza.
Yeah, that looks great, Matthew.
So in case anybody that just came in, this is for Alicia. This is we're just letting the community know that she did not get to leave to go to rehab today like she was planning on. She's really worried about people. They're already starting to attack her verbally and say things to her. And so even family members are starting to, question her, like, why aren't you gone yet? We've had friends of ours and colleagues of ours, hey, I've seen her. She's right down here.
Trust me, they let us know.
Yep.
I mean, my phone was blowing up today, letting me know that Alicia's at Foster Park or Alicia's here. They're like, everybody's got to keep dibs on her. And,
Right.
some people are concerned, but when you come at me sideways like that, like, hey, did you know that she didn't go? Well, yeah, we know.
It's like, we know, we're aware of it, but thank you for being concerned.
Yeah.
And it is a concern, because if they didn't care, they wouldn't.
Right.
They
So
wouldn't.
I'm not mad at him, but just the kind of the way, because over messaging, it can kind of, there's not really any context there or
Right.
personality. So I felt like the way it was worded sounded like, hey, why isn't she there?
Right.
Because, think about it, guys. We had so much stuff donated, we've had clothes donated and toiletries and journals and suitcases. And not that she can't use that. She can still use that.
Yes,
She's
she can.
very, very thankful.
I even asked about the new facility, and they do have different checklists for each facility. And in the new facility, they'll go through the checklist and make sure that everything's still appropriate that she can take for both the detox side of it and the rehab side of it.
Right.
So
the stuff that was donated, if anybody's listening that donated some of that stuff, she's still going to use it. She can still use it.
Yep, she still has it.
And she's so thankful. She's the sweetest lady, you guys. She really, really is. And she just is.
Yep, it's
She
just
needs
a
help.
bummer.
Yeah.
Red tape got her.
Red tape's got her tangled, man.
Yep, she's all wrapped up in that. She's like one of them, those twirling up in the air with all the ribbons and tape. She just got tangled up.
Yep.
Yep, so it didn't do.
Who that says she's got four Frenchies. 4 Frenchie dogs.
4 Frenchies.
I got 4 Frenchies. I got 3 Dachshunds and a partridge in a pear. Yeah, I got 3 Dachshunds, believe it or not.
I have 2 pitties.
There you go. So
So-
4, 3, 2.
And then 1 cat.
I'm a cat lover too, but mine passed away a few years ago, and I just haven't had to get another one. Having pets is hard because you got to say bye to them someday.
Yeah, and
You know?
that's what I was saying. I'm 45. One of my dogs, his name is Abbraccio. It's Italian for hugs. So I call him Braccio or Braccio Nacho or Cucabraccio. But Braccio passed away. He was 12 and a half, almost 13. And then I was like heartbroken. And then I turned 40 at the time. So I was like, oh, big life crisis. Make a country song out of me. And got a divorce. And then my friends thought it was a great idea to get me a dog. And so they got me Journey out of a litter of my friend's dog. So all of my core friend group, we all got this the same dog family, So we all got a pick of the litter. They saved Journey for me. She has a big J on her chest. And Yeah, I got her. But I was 40 when my dog died. And I'm going to be like 60 or maybe 55. I hope my heart is strong enough because that stuff ain't no fun when your animal passes. I'm like, why did you guys do this? You're supposed to be my friends. You just like are guaranteeing me a heart attack in 20 years.
Listen there. Can you see the chat there? Or you want me to read them to you? I can read them to you. Unless
Yeah,
can
can you read them? Because I just...
Yeah, so we're trying to... We got
I
a couple
really
little
need
things here.
glasses.
We got a big screen for Jesse, but we got to get him some readers. He's getting too old.
Yep.
Anyways, who dat says, yes, I have medical issues on top of this crap. I hate it. My husband's disabled too. It's so hard to balance everything. Who that? I'm sorry you're going through that. You know, we're here to lend an ear. Just call us, tell us your situation. We'll give you some encouragement, if anything, and we'll get you hooked up with the right people.
Yep.
Travell Meyer says, good evening, fellas. My name is Jeremy. How
Hello,
you doing,
Jeremy.
Thanks for joining us. Who dat says, I used to rescue pitties when we were in Vegas.
Nice.
Hubby and I worked hard to get pitties out of the shelter. Oh, you're welcome, who dat. No problem.
Nice. I have... So Journey is a boxer and red nose mix, and she's really good for a boxer. And Abel is my other dog. He's 9 years old. Journey is 4. Abel's 9, and he is a Remy line and blue nose mix also. So Remy line and blue nose.
Hey, what do you guys think of Jesse's beard? I did lighting a little bit different in here. Is his beard look
It's a
good
little
today?
darker in here. Is my face dark?
Your face
out?
is lit up. Your eyes a little bit unexposed. But I like it. Makes your beard look nice and full and dark.
Sorry, I just hit the microphone.
I wish I could have black beard like that. Actually, today at school, there's a big football game I'm getting ready to go to here.
Oh, nice.
And it was the theme was whiteout. Like at school, all the kids are supposed to wear white. Everything's white out. And they came to me and they said, Mr. Walker, you're not wearing any white. And I grabbed my beard and said, I beg to differ. Who that says my Stallone was a white boxer pit mix. He was amazing. One brown eye and one blue eye.
Nice.
That's how one of my Datsuns is. It's a dapple. So
Was
he's
he
got a
deaf?
blue eye.
Most white, if they're pitties or any kind of a breed, usually they're deaf.
Oh, interesting.
Especially boxers too.
Yeah. Oh, we kind of went 360. Now we're talking about dogs, but that's
Right,
okay. We're dog
sorry.
lovers.
We're just talking to the people that want to talk.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
was to tell people about Alicia. If you see her on the streets, it's not her fault. She's gonna go. She's waiting till Tuesday for the next, when her person comes back to work. So that's her next time she can get a hold of anybody. And if there's a bed available, they'll know, and then they can start the process. And then also try to figure out the insurance aspect of it.
Hey, so guys, so I put Alicia's name in the chat. That's exactly how her name is spelled on Facebook. If you go to Facebook and put that name in, you should see her. Her profile picture will be like she'll have pink hair. There'll be pink hair. So I want to challenge you guys right now. There's 28 people in the chat right now. Every single one of you, send her a message.
A good one.
Yeah. Send her a message of encouragement, guys. Really. Would
Yes.
you do that for me and Jesse?
Yeah.
She really needs it.
Especially because she has other people in her ear.
Oh, yeah. There's people. I mean, if you watched our live last night, you actually saw the person chirping in her ear, which was her boyfriend, and brought her a flower and was like, because he thought she was going the next day. He knew that's why he was hanging around, because he didn't want her to go.
Yep.
So,
Thank you very, very much, Hudat.
yeah, thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it.
There's no way that guy is near 60. Who, me?
Oh, you're not 60.
No, nope.
No,
nope,
I think you said you're going to be 60 when your dog
Oh,
passes.
yeah. No, I'm only 45.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, we want to be able to help other people too. We get kind of inundated with so many help requests, and it's like we kind of have to apply the same principle, as we just don't have as much red tape. You have to be doing something for yourself. You can't just get free help. You gotta have not so much sustainability, but like I would feel really hard pressed to give somebody a night at a hotel just to have them be back out on the street right after that moving all their stuff along and with no end in sight.
Right.
So that's kind of the thing we got to think about here is who can we help that we can have an end goal, an actual plan of action and finish something. So, and that's why we really kind of want them to help themselves. And that was part of the community thing was we will help those that are helping themselves. That's the distinguishing thing between forced homelessness and voluntary homelessness. If you are forced into homelessness for a situation or circumstance that's out of your control, then and you're doing what you need to do to try to get out of it, you should be helped and accept the help. If you don't give a crap and you just want to drink and do drugs and waste all your money that you could be spending on rent or something like that, that's your own dang fault. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to help you. And I really get bugged really bad when people walk by and be like, oh, I got 6, 7 kids and a husband, they all died in my arms, and what can you do for me?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, and they look at you like, yeah, what are you going to do? And you're like...
So Travel Meyer says, it's AKA Jeremy, says, losing an animal is like losing a loved one.
Yes.
He was a military working dog handler in the Marines.
Thank you very much.
Hoorah.
Hoorah.
Yeah, the last dog I worked with was a black lab. His name was Jack K217.
Nice.
Rest in peace, Jack K217. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, thank you.
We had a bad day in Afghanistan. The day I had to put him down was like I lost my best friend. I miss him so very much. I'm right there with you, Jeremy.
Yep.
It's your pets are your like your kids, man. Your family members. It's hard to lose one for sure.
It is. And then, can I ask you a personal question? Then, is Jeremy right?
Yeah, Jeremy.
How do you have another? I'm not saying did you replace him. Did you? Are you able to get another animal and fill that kind of a void that you were missing there?
Who that says I have a home, etc. I handle bills, etc. This started from pain. So her addiction started from pain. She says, I want to be better. I'm motivated. This is foreign territory to me. Okay, yeah. Who that? We're going to get you some help. We're going to get you in the right direction. We're going to have people reach out to you that know more than we know.
Yeah.
We're learning as we go, guys. Like we're just like...
We're like your friend, right? We're
Yes.
like your friend who's going to come to you and be like, hey, yo, hey, do you need some help? Like, what should I? Don't do that. Do this.
Right.
Like we want to talk to you real. We want to find out the real truth about things. That's why exposing the illusion. It could be about the homeless. It could be about how to get into rehab. What's the illusion to that? Like there's so many illusions all around us, and we got to figure out we got to discern what's really behind the curtain. So you did get another animal. Good job. Yeah. I'm telling you what, I didn't think I wanted my Journey dog, but her name is Journey Rose Blue, and she's my buddy, and I am so darn glad that I got her.
Thanks you that. It's nice to meet you.
Yep, it's nice to meet you, Who Dat.
Yeah.
I have a dumpling. Look, see that? It's full of
See
stuff.
that boy. My son's
You want one, but you don't think you're ready to accept the loss yet.
Oh,
if
I
that
think you
makes
just
sense.
answered what I was talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Totally understandable. I didn't have a choice in the matter for me, and like my friends decided it for me. And I was going through a divorce. Like I got rid of her, and I was like really lonely, looking at the blinds. Like, come on, somebody visit me. Yeah. And they decided that it was time. It was only like 6 months, I think, when Bracho passed, and then. Bracho was like my kid, and when all of my stuff got taken from me and all of my problems happened and I had nothing, I lost my kids when I was in the Army. My ex-wife gave custody of my children to some other people while I was gone. She had my full military power of attorney, and so that's how that whole mess started. So all I had was my dog, like literally, and for 12, almost 13 years. And when I lost him, that really was, you're right, it is the love, like a family. Mm-hmm. He kept me grounded. He kept me from doing stupid stuff. He kept me from just disappearing and going off and doing stupid stuff.
I loved you unconditionally. I loved you unconditionally.
Yeah, he loved me unconditionally.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I lost my dog. It took me quite a few years to get
Yep.
get another one, but now I got 3. I got 3 dogs, 3 Dotsies.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep. I would say though that the moment you do get one, whether it's your choice or not, it'll take about 5 seconds, and then you're gonna feel better. You just will. Until they eat your shoes or pee on the floor.
Oh gosh, one of our dogs named Jeremiah the Destroyer. I mean, we got him and he would literally eat everything, carpets, rocks. I mean, tore our house apart. So Samuel Garcia just came in and said that beard tuned me on. Well, I thought he said made me tune in, but I think I know what he's saying, but I thought it made it. Never mind. We'll move on. Who dat says mine are my kids. They make you get up and keep moving forward. That's right. Yeah, my dogs definitely keep me motivated for sure.
And that is right. Dogs don't care. They just want your love.
No.
And they want to show you love, and they know when your love, like they know when you need it. You got your, like dogs can see your aura. I think everybody has a color, aura, vibration, frequency, whatever you call it. And it's like how a dog can see somebody walking across the street and they're just like totally fine, just watching them. And then another person walks across the street and then they're just like, wah, and they want to kill them. That's because their color, their vibration, aura, whatever it is. That's what dogs know when you are scared of them. They sense it more than just pheromones. I think it's a vibrational thing.
Well, so. I gotta tell you guys. So the
yes,
reason a lot of you are here is because of that bus video we put on. I don't know if you guys have seen the bus video, but that put our channel on the map.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it's got 17 million views, and so we've garnered a lot of subscribers because of that. But and we have to answer all these comments all the time. It's crazy some of the comments we get. And one of the ones I got today was, it was in favor of the kids, the ones that were super disrespectful, and they said, kids are like dogs. They can tell about somebody. You know, like a dog can tell if they're bad.
How much they can get away with.
So they were comparing the kids to they said they were like dogs. They're basically saying that the bus driver was bad, that the kids could tell the bus driver was bad. And I was just like shaking my head going, are you kidding me right now? Let's see.
Yep, dogs are a great judge of character.
Who dat says pitties are really good at that? They are. Yep.
They let you know who's good and who's not.
Yep.
And who
Jeremy
are.
says dogs are a great judge of character, but they love their owner. That's right.
They do. That's the coolest thing. It's kind of funny, you know, what is dog backwards? So, like, no matter what, your dog loves you.
Yes.
So, and they protect you, and they are a form of comfort and
Alicia's
companionship.
Alicia's dog Bear is the sweetest.
Oh yeah, little cute eyes and looks at you all sweet and everything.
Yeah, and it's just so well mannered, and that dog loves her. I mean, you could just see that dog loves her, you know. And I wanted to foster, and when she was going to rehab, I kept wanting to hit around like, I'll foster that dog. Although my wife would probably hang me by my toes if I got another dog.
Right? There's not many dogs that bite the hand that feeds them. Honestly, you're right.
Right. That's right. That's by design. That's by design for sure.
So, is there anybody out there that,
Is there anybody out there who needs encouragement right now?
Yeah. Is there anybody out there that here listening to this that needs some encouragement?
If you need encouragement, don't be afraid to say something in the chat. We're here.
We will try to encourage.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Jeremy. We appreciate it. We're just two guys that met each other recently. I'd say April this year?
Something like that, yeah.
April
At city council meetings.
City council meetings.
I was yelling at the homeless.
You were, and I was flip-flopping back and forth because I'm still making the documentary, but I was making a documentary that I was trying to be unbiased.
Yeah.
You know, I'm interviewing homeless people, and I'm interviewing councilmen and police people and neighbors in the neighborhood, and so I just had so much going on, and I kept taking sides, flip-flopping back and forth, and then Jesse came along and leveled my head, so. I still get angry at some of them, but you know, hey.
Right, it's because you hear one side of a story, the extremes, and you hear the other side of the story, the extremes, and when you're listening to it, you're getting those colorful metaphors, and you're getting those illusions, and you're being drawn into their belief and what they want you to know and understand, the illusion.
Right.
And you know, everything has multiple illusions. Like,
That's really cool what you just did right there. Like your hands were like, no, it was like shadow. Like move to the left a little bit, to your
like
right.
this
And
way.
I got the light set up. It's kind of going into that video game. So go that way. A little more, a little more, a little more. There you go. I don't know if you can see that light back there, but yeah. So we're gonna
Oh,
expose
that
the
one.
illusion, guys. There it is. See that light kind of shining on that video game there?
It's like, oh.
Yeah, we're gonna expose things.
No,
Well,
that, yeah, we just, and if you guys want us to talk about anything, we'd be more than happy to. Sometimes people just need a friend, a person. Like, I'm a blue collar guy, ex-military, honorable discharge. I'm not really like a lovable, huggable. I don't like, you know, I'm not a huggy guy.
He's a teddy bear.
I'm not. I'm too skinny to be a teddy bear.
No.
It's like, no, I'm more of your brash style individual. The way I speak is condescending in nature, even though I don't mean to be. It just sounds like I am. And David here is like the school teacher, announcer. Like it's really weird because when I'm up on a topic or heated about something, he'll level me out, and then when he's up, I'll level him out. He's more of like the businessman style and the tech guy and the teacher. It's really interesting. If you listen to us, it's almost like I'm learning how to do this while he's doing the camera stuff, and he'll, you know, kind of direct things from behind the scenes. But we're just two guys.
He's got me blushing back here now. My head's getting really big.
Right,
No,
he's the producer.
Yeah.
So
You know, I've been in the education business 20 years. This is the 20th year I've started. So I'm actually in behavior intervention. So I handle middle school behavior issues.
right, and I had a lot of middle school behavior issues, so it's perfect.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yep, this is what happens when you have middle school behavior issues.
So like I said, we're just two guys, man, just trying to make a difference. And I appreciate everybody putting us on this platform. Like literally,
Yeah.
like we went from 500 subscribers to we're over 25,000 now in a short period of time. It's just been a whirlwind.
Right, I was watching people and they're 25,000 subscribers and they're having these big old parties and
I mean, I kind of had a little party last night. Like we were watching it. Like we kept refreshing because it was
Yeah.
like 24,992,
24.
24,996.
right, the
And all of a
count
sudden it
out.
went to 25,000. It's like woohoo!
Yep, send some little hats and balloons and stuff. No, it was kind of cool. It was a little bit surreal, and I like it because I get 25,000 people to talk to about something, whether it's a school bus driver or somebody going to rehab or somebody getting on a plane and going to Reno or bringing a kid
Yeah.
back home.
Let's talk about the school bus driver.
Okay, let's
Bobby
talk
the
about
bus driver. Hashtag Bobby the bus driver. I want to trend that. I
yeah,
don't know why.
hashtag Bobby the bus driver.
Yeah. In fact, I feel like I want to go into every comment and like hashtag Bobby the bus driver. I mean, we literally have 30-some thousand comments.
Yeah.
So
If any of you guys want to just go in there and put hashtag Bobby the bus driver.
that would be awesome. Bobby the bus driver.
Yep.
But anyway, so Bobby the bus driver, in fact, she just messaged me now, sent me a text message. She said, I can't read it on here, but she's worried about Alicia too. She just said, did Alicia not go to rehab? She can't watch the video. I think where she's at, she's really rural, so her internet's not very good. Sometimes she gets frustrated.
Yeah, I'm looking at my phone right now just to see if she's messaged me.
But we love Bobby the bus driver. So what do you guys think? Do you think she did what she was supposed to do? I would say absolutely 100% yes.
She's on hold until Tuesday. So
What's up?
she's
Alicia
on.
just messaged you?
No.
Okay.
I was looking to see if she did.
Okay.
She's on hold until Tuesday. That's the next available time she can go in. And I stood there just in case anybody's wanting to know. I stood there. I listened to it. I asked the questions. I was like, "What about this, this, this?" They asked her if they could tell me everything. She said yes. So they told me everything. And it's not her fault. It's an insurance deal, and it's a bed availability issue. How do they know when somebody's ready to be done detoxing or rehabbing? You know, they don't know when the bed's going to be available. So it's kind of like as soon as she gets called and she runs down there, or she just shows up actually in the mornings at 10 o'clock and it says, "Is there a bed for me?" and hopes for the best. So she does show up, and she is waiting, and the red tape did turn her around, and she's just really worried that the community is going to be upset and belittle her. So
Yeah. Well, I always watch, you watch that show on A&E Intervention. I'm sure everybody's seen that, but like when they do that, like they go like now.
yeah,
So
as
I'm sure
soon
they
as
probably all had that all set up prior to. But those people on there are actively using when they're on that show.
mm-hmm.
So do they take them right to a detox center?
They
Or is
must.
it all in one? That would be my question. Is like that's a recovery center and detox center all in one?
And then you're like a medical detox versus a regular detox. There's two different kinds of detoxes too. You can just like, I'm gonna detox, or we need to wait for detox. But then they have to get all specific and say, you need a medical detox because apparently you're gonna die because you're gonna quit drinking alcohol. And that's what happens when you drink. Like, it's ridiculous. But they need a medical detox. There's a team there, a facility there, so they can give you IVs, if you have seizures and all this other stuff. So they really expect you to have some issues by stopping drinking, apparently, if you're doing a fifth of alcohol a day. So I'm just going to say this. Alicia's owning up to it, and and she said I was a gallon of alcohol a day.
Whoa.
That's a lot. That's a lot. I asked her what her current vice is, and she said it's a fifth. So a fifth a day is a lot. My ex-wife passed away because of alcoholism. She was whiskey drunk by noon every single day. She was a stripper and grew up in that lifestyle, and she never got out of it, and she just drank herself to death, got that cirrhosis of the liver, and just kept on drinking. Yep. Just one more sip.
Hey, Tyler said he'd been to a facility for a month and was rough, but he came out okay on the other side. Yeah, so it could definitely be done.
Yep. Who said that?
Jeremy.
Okay, Jeremy. Yeah.
So thanks for sharing that, Jeremy. I know that's hard to share, so I appreciate you sharing. That takes some courage.
It does. Did you feel, so you're ex-military, but you get that excitement, heart flutter, you don't know it, you get almost like an adrenaline rush when you're doing something new, like going to a place you don't know, and it's going to be for the better, and you get this like lightheaded feeling. I did, but it's weird.
Well, now that you said that, it kind of sparked something in me that really bugged me as well with Alicia, is and the one lady we talked to, they were just going to put her on a bus by herself.
Yeah, that's the other thing too.
And travel 5.5 hours to a place she doesn't know about.
By yourself.
Right, yeah. I mean, so what kind of anxiety would that create in somebody? You don't think she's tempted to get off the bus at the next stop?
At any point in time?
That, to me, is backwards.
That is kind of a weird thing too. We do know individuals and have, friends, like you can call them, or acquaintances, friendly acquaintances. They'll drive them. They'll take a person straight to rehab because they know that once it's decided, you got to go. So,
yeah.
But then how do you decide when there's a bed available? Yeah. And how many beds are available at places that don't accept those certain insurances? You would think they'd be like, hey, we want to accept those insurances so we can get paid, and we have beds available.
Yeah, we hear you. Who that says, I'm so done. I need a medical detox. I've got to get off this stuff.
What are you?
Huh?
Oh, she said she was on pain meds.
Yeah.
You don't have to say what. You don't know incriminating crap. It's fine. But that's bad. And it's hard because you chemically become dependent on them. So you do need a medical detox to watch you while you detox, I guess.
Well, Jeremy said that they took his shoestrings and short strings.
Yep.
Because he said they're serious.
Yep.
And who that wanted to know if he was suicidal, but no. He says they escorted us everywhere, and seen people get put in padded rooms. Oh. Where was that at, Jeremy? Just curious. Yeah, who that says pain, meds, morphine, oxys, and alcohol.
Are you still in pain, who dat? And can you go to the pain clinic down there? I know, Idaho is a real drag when it comes to pain clinics. But
Jeremy's Poplar Springs, Virginia.
and you felt it did you good, so that is good.
Okay, if you guys
Is there
just
time-
joining, you guys are just joining us, gotten on here. We were talking about Alicia and how we want the community to support her because she's not going to rehab like we would hope. Lots of red tape. And we also put a challenge out there. Anybody on here, send her a message on Facebook of encouragement.
Yeah.
Would you? Because she's really down right now. She wants to get help, and the red tape is getting in the way.
Yep. If you see her on the streets, tell
Yeah.
her that you understand.
Right, so if you're local, tell her you understand. If you're on here, I'm going to put her name in the chat real quick, and then you can find her on Facebook.
Yeah.
And she reads all her messages. I mean, if you started flooding her message thing, tell them David and Jesse sent you to give her some words of encouragement. She loves every single one that she gets. Emotionally, I mean, she almost starts crying every time
Yeah.
you read one to her.
Yeah. I asked her today if she read the comments that were being made on her last video, and she said yes, and she was almost in tears. And I think it's great. I'm like, cry. You know,
Yeah.
it shows that people care about you, and you need that.
But guys, she's so broken, she can't even lift her head up. Like, she will not lift her head up to look at you.
She's beat,
Yeah.
brow beat, whatever you want to, made into a spectacle beat. She's just beat.
Yep. So she needs encouragement. So we're asking you to do that, guys. Go to Facebook, look up Alicia Calkins. When you put that name in there, her profile picture, she's got pink hair. You can't miss it.
Yep, you'll know it's her.
And you don't have to friend her, but if you send her a message, she will get it. She will get it.
Yep.
And tell her Jesse and Dave sent you.
There's two of them with the exact same picture. So
Yeah.
one she couldn't get into because it got logged out, and another one she has access to. You'll
Yeah, I
tell
wish I
that
could send photos on here so you guys can
yeah,
see.
the same exact picture.
Ivan the I don't know says hello.
Hello,
Ivan
Ivan
the
the I don't know. I don't know.
I kind of like that screen name.
That is
Ivan,
kind
I
of
don't
catchy.
know. Yeah. Who dat says she's been disabled since 2013. Bad knees.
Yep. Bad knees are a bummer.
Gotcha.
Because then you can't move, you can't do stuff, you can't bend down, you can't clean, you can't walk.
Yeah. So I'll be praying for you, who dat.
Yep, we'll definitely keep you in our prayers and thoughts.
Yep.
You too, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Here's how it is. You should get another dog. Sorry, I just hit the camera. You should get another dog. Once you do it, you're not going to regret it. Until they eat your stuff and pee on the floor, then you'll be a little upset.
Yeah, but my dog
But
did
other
that
than
too,
that-
but I still love that dog.
Yes, get over it. It's just a couple of weeks long. Get them a chew toy, a cowhide, or I got some cow bones and gave them to her. So.
Fibromyalgia as well.
I'm glad you had a wife to support you at the time. Fibromyalgia, so I'm taking it you don't get good sleep.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yep.
That's tough. All right, guys. Well, I think we're gonna get off here.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. I got a football game I got to go to. My son's in marching band, so I'm gonna go watch him play the tenor drums. So.
Right? If I had internet at home, I would stay logged on and talk to everybody.
And do that. We got your email. I am gonna get it to the right people. I'm gonna tell your story. If you
There,
can give-
Jeremy.
And I know you emailed me. Okay, I see you gave me your name and your number. Have someone reach out so you know the options. We would definitely do that. And if you give me a little more specific on everything and where you're located, and the struggles you're having with getting into treatment.
Yeah.
That way I can get it to the right people.
We can say this is what's going on.
Yes.
So we got our fingers out there. You just gotta tell us what you need.
Yeah.
So.
We appreciate you guys.
Yep. We appreciate
We'll
everything.
see you next time. Keep watching our content. We try to put something up every couple days. I've just been going crazy because I'm so excited about 25,000
Oh, I know, me too.
subscribers. So I just put content every day.
Right.
And I need to kind of maybe back off a little bit. I don't want to inundate you guys, but I just love making content.
Yeah. So we are We're sorry but not sorry if we're bugging you with all of our videos. However, it's nobody else is doing it, so you know.
Yeah. And we got a lot of Bobby the bus driver content too, because we went out and interviewed her. We interviewed the principal. We interviewed one of the parents. Another coach there's a coach that wants to get interviewed. And actually, one of my janitors at my school knows one of the kids that jumped out the window.
Oh, dum dum dum.
Yeah. But I don't know if I can get him on camera because it's a relative, and that would probably not be good. But he let me know that kid's
was still acting up
still
a few
acting
days
up, even
later.
after the bus incident.
Like, you see that few days later.
Yeah, a few days later, still acting up.
Still acting up.
After getting it, well, they didn't really get in trouble on the bus. They went out of the windows, and from what we understand is they were able to play in their football game the next day.
That's probably why
So now
he
you
got
gotta
in
slap him
trouble
again.
later on, is because he was never reprimanded or there was no consequences for his actions, and so he thought he could act that way. Surprise, surprise. And so he acted that way and got in more trouble.
Yeah. Anyways, we're rambling. So,
Yep.
okay, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate your subscriptions and your likes and all that. Any
Really
comments
appreciate
you
it.
make, we love making comments back.
I like to talk to people.
Yeah, we do. So
Yep.
leave a comment on any of our videos. We'll answer it back. We'll talk to you. We want to reach out to you guys.
Yeah,
Because we
definitely.
appreciate you. So have
All
a
right.
good one, guys.
Peace.